Hello, this is Speedy from Elmwood City, and I'm going to talk ocarinas for you, everyone's favourite item. Now, I've seen a few videos. I don't think there's been that great on explaining the best way to maximise them, to be honest. Let's find them. As you can see, ocarina for me right now, 2 hours 15. I don't have Jack of all trades. I do have Giant, and there's my other workers. So I'm just going to go through a quick, well, reasonably quick explanation of what the best setup is for the best ocarinas. Now, the magic number on ocarinas is 1771 for all items, actually. That's your mastery number. Once you pass 1771 mastery, anything you craft that has been mastered will be minimum good quality. So that's your focus to start with on your workers. Get that mastery. Right, ocarina. What you need to look at is the skills required to craft it, which is these bottom 6 icons here: woodworking, textiles, magic, arts and crafts, jewellery, and rune writing. Now, as you can see, each skill has a different number next to it. Woodworking and arts and crafts both have 35k, and rune writing has 25k. These are the main skills required to craft the ocarina, so they're the ones you want to focus on to reduce the craft time. So if we look at our first one there, sculptor, you want as many skill points as possible in woodworking matched up with mastery. 265 for a max here, for a max worker. You don't want it on jewellery. Even though the ocarina requires jewellery, like I said, the woodworking has 35k required. And I'm going to prove this theory now. That's better. You saw it was 2 hours 15, didn't you, for the craft? If I reset the skills and put the same amount of skill points, this could take a while. If I put the same amount of skill points into jewellery instead of woodworking, both skills are required for the ocarina, but you will see a difference in craft time. Here we go. 265. I don't need to put the mastery one on because I'm going to reset it again afterwards. Mastery doesn't affect time. So, same amount of skill points in jewellery as was in woodworking. As you can see, 3 minutes have been added on just from doing that. Because jewellery only requires 14k, woodworking requires 35k. So you need to have your workers concentrated in the right area of the ocarina. Put that back to normal. Now, arts and crafts was also 35k, so I could put it on that, but if the woodworking had 25 already on it, so I'd be stupid to not take advantage of the fact that it starts off higher. 265. I'll put the mastery back on in a minute. Alchemist. We have alchemy and tinkering, which wasn't part of Ocarina. Magic was, so it's all in there, matched up on a 1-to-1 ratio with mastery. Master doesn't have any skills on the ocarina, so it doesn't gain any XP when one is crafted. Doesn't help towards it. What it does help with is mastery. You want it 1-to-1, and you can pick any of these three to go with, but you want it 1-to-1, probably best to go with one of the top two because you've already got 5 started off more than the armor crafting. 1-to-1, 260 mastery on a max master. Giant if you've got him. Rune writing, because that was the most. It was the third most, wasn't it? It was 25k on the Ocarina. But 2 skills there that Ocarina has, magic and rune writing. Rune writing was the most, so you want it all on that 1-to-1 mastery ratio. Lufia, 1-to-1 woodworking and mastery. Oh, we're back on master again. Don't like me going for it, does it? Right, artisan. Now you've got 3 items here that are used on the Ocarina, but as I say again, arts and crafts was 35k, so that is the one you want to concentrate it on. You can have it on these two, but it will increase the time. This is the best one to have a lower time. Now, as you can see, it's not 1-to-1 because I was playing around with it earlier. But ideally, you want that 1-to-1. I'll talk more about that in a bit. Who else we got? Wizard. Rune writing is what you want the wizard on. That's the main one. 1-to-1 with mastery. I've done Lufia, and finally seamstress. Now, seamstress, arts and craft is the best one to have it on for ocarinas to reduce the time, and you want it 1-to-1 with mastery on arts and crafts. I have it on textile workers because I like to craft demonic visage a lot. Also, when you get to a certain point, you actually exceed your table limits. Where are we? That one. So you see it's out of 1,000. If I put all that on, it doesn't go 1-to-1. It won't. There's 291 skill points it says available there. But if I put 200 skill points on the seamstress, it will go over for some reason because of the bonuses and all that. So that's why I don't have it on seamstress, because it will waste skill points on there. It will go on to 1,060 or something like that. Plus, I like to craft other items. But before you get to max workers, I would definitely put it on arts and crafts. Right, max workers. You're going to look. If you do 1-to-1 ratio with mastery, you're looking at about 2,040 odd mastery, possibly more. I can't remember what the max is. And like I said earlier, the magic number is 1771. Once you reach that, all mastered items will be crafted at minimum good quality. So in theory, after you get to 1771, you don't need 1-to-1 mastery. You could stop increasing the mastery one if you wanted at 1771 and just put all the points into your skills, and that will further reduce your craft time. So it works on other items as well. If you want to craft other items, if you're focused on mainly Balmons, as you can see, 7k metal working, 7k weapon crafting. That's where you want your skill points on your workers. So if you don't have ocarinas and you want to only craft ancient horn, maybe good, not bad. What we got? 7k on rune writing, 10k on arts and crafts. They are your main ones, and woodworking. Same as Ocarina really for music, but you get the idea. If you craft one item and one item only, you need to look at these and assign your skill points according. So you can get your Ocarina time down to 2 hours 15. I've got a mastery of about 2000, so if I left it at 1771, I could get that time even further down by just adding skill points. But the main skill points, like I say, woodworking, arts and crafts, and rune writing. You're not gaining so much by putting it in the other ones. It still helps, but you're not gaining as much. And that is the best way to craft ocarinas quickly and efficiently, where you want good quality items, because you want that minimum good quality. You don't want to be crafting commons. You're losing money doing that. You may gain on time, but you're losing money on quality. So that is how I like to craft ocarinas and other items. Just look at these skills and assign your workers accordingly.